On this second part, Spake Jesus, by part 3, after the cross, I want to go to something that I decided to write down so you could have a clear understanding where we are. And I'm not going to prolong the time because I have something that I want to teach concerning this matter and the charts that I have designed behind me. And these Jacob, after he found his son Joseph, after he was sold into slavery in Egypt. But at the time, Jacob was getting ready to sleep with his father, preparing to sleep with his father. He had to call his sons and blessed them all. The most unique part was the two sons, Judea and Joseph, the one his brother sold into slavery, where he became the legacy of this, the genealogy of the human race. Joseph, the seed of Joseph became the legacy, and this is where we want to go with this because it has its significant facts. Uh, Joseph, Genesis 37, verse 6, as Joseph was speaking to his brothers concerning some dreams that he had. This was before he was sold into slavery. I'm going to start a little part there because it has something to do with Revelation chapter 12, how these things came to be. 37:5, and Joseph dreamed a dream. I'm going to start there still. And he told it his brother, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding shafts in the field, and lo, my shaft arose and also stood upright. And behold, your shafts stood round about and made absence to my shaft. This is Joseph speaking to his brothers. Joseph was the son born unto Rachel, who was the younger sister of Leah. 37, and his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dream and for his words. Because these interpretation is going to resurface again in Revelation chapter 12. This is the reason I went back and referring you to this here part here. Certain things were spoken of. And he dreamed yet another dream, verse 9, and told it his brother, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made absence to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? Let's read this one more time because you're going to hear the same wording in Revelation chapter 12. Genesis 37:10. No, 30, verse 9. 37:9. And he dreamed yet another dream and told it his brother and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun. Isn't that the characteristic? The sun. You'll find the word sun when you speak about the lady that was draped with sun in Revelation chapter 12. And the moon and the 11 stars made absence. He's telling you the moon and the stars made absence of me. But in interpreting the dream, Jacob told him, and he told it to his father, to his brother, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to the earth. In other words, the sun, the stars would be considered his brothers. The moon, the mother, and the star, by it being the most in the characteristic of that star, it will represent the seed of Abraham. It will, in Revelation, it will represent the highest of authority when he speaks concerning the son. But when at this part here, when he in characterize this, the sun would be himself, the moon would be his mother, and the stars would be his brothers. These are symbols God created for us to understand this. This is what I wanted to come here to, because you'll read some of the same things, having the same characteristics in Revelation chapter 12. Which is significant. This reason I brought you back here for learning purpose only. Now, Genesis, let's go to Genesis 49. Jacob blessing his sons. And I got two here that I'm just going with for you to understand this, but interpretation purpose, and understand who God showed favor to in one part and who he showed favor to in another part. What part of the gift that God gave his sons gave these two sons of Israel. Judea, thou, 49:8, Judea, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. He said, shall praise. Thy head shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. It doesn't mean that they're going to praise Judea, but what's going to transpire in the Judea and Jerusalem up in there, the birth of Jesus, they're going to praise that city. That city is going to be the holy city because it's going to be where the birth of God. It have nothing to do with the characteristics of the flesh, because no man, the flesh, is just like filthy rags, but it has something to do with Jesus Christ. But this have been taken out of character and mischaracterized by peoples of greed or peoples of deceit. The blessings that can't come from man, because the blessings God had promised to Abraham could not come from man, because the flesh of man was just like filthy rags. Therefore, it had no power to redeem itself, but the seed part, which was going to be born unto that flesh, which would be part God and part man, it was the only vessels that God could use to redeem man, the godly part, and the part that could not sin. So by the flesh, it doesn't matter how many names you call Israel, by it being of the flesh, and the flesh is just like filthy rag, it too have to have a Savior to forgive it. It doesn't have the power to redeem itself from its own transgression. This would have to come through the blood of the Lamb, which was Jesus Christ. So this is take away the knowledge that you're going to be blessed because of Israel. You're going to be blessed because of Jesus Christ, through the body of Jesus Christ, who was the seed of Abraham, born to the seed of Abraham. I want to get this out of the way. Now, Judea is a lion whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down and crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judea, neither the lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall be the gathering of the peoples. Shiloh would be Jesus. He letting you know that the flesh itself, Judea, had no power to redeem nothing. The lawgiver was going to be the Son of God, who would come with the Spirit of God. The flesh had no power to redeem the flesh or save the world. It had to come through a way by act of God himself. And this would had to come through a body that knew no sin and could not sin and would not sin.